Hey friends, welcome to the Emerald Coast. I'm here in Destin, Florida with my husband's family and we're enjoying all of the surf and the sun. As you can see, I'm a lot darker than I normally am. While I was here, I actually finished a book, and so I'm going to do a quick review for you of Fierce Kingdom by Gin Phillips before I leave so that you too get to see all of this gorgeous ocean. Roll the intro. Fierce Kingdom is a suspenseful thriller novel by Gin Phillips, and it's actually about a mother and her son who go to the zoo quite frequently, and he's about 4 years old, something like that. And then one day as they're leaving the zoo, they see something terrifying in the zoo, so the mother takes her son and runs back into the zoo to hide from this thing that in the synopsis you don't know what that thing is yet, right? And so they're scared, they're running through the zoo, she's hiding using the zoo and her knowledge of the zoo and her son as a way to keep him safe. It's a really engaging novel, and it had me on the edge of my seat the whole time I was reading it. I couldn't put it down. And it's a really thoughtful and interesting meditation on what it means to be a mother, especially in situations as harrowing as that one. It was fantastic. I enjoyed reading it so much, although I did have a couple of problems with it. The scope of the novel only takes place over the matter of a few hours, which is really interesting for a situation as stressful as the one that this mother and son are in. But because of the short time that you're experiencing the scope of the novel in, you don't buy the character, or at least I didn't buy the character development as much as I kind of wished I had. So you kind of see this mother progressing in her thought process through the whole book, and then you get some character development, but because it happens so quickly, for me, I just wasn't sure if I totally bought it. I felt like maybe it was a little too convenient. Maybe I would have liked it if it had ended on a slightly different note, because of a lack of character development in that moment. The ending also for me was a little bit too vague and unspecific to really be satisfying. I'm perfectly fine with cliffhanger endings. I don't have an issue with that at all. I think that it can be really interesting. I think it can be really stressful and that sort of thing for a reader. I get that. But this didn't really feel like a cliffhanger so much as it felt like the author wasn't really sure where she should go at the end of the novel. It felt like the author herself really didn't have a decision made for how these characters were going to end. So she just kind of ended it in a vague way that left the reader capable of kind of filling in the blanks, I guess. But it really, for me, was just frustrating more than it was like interesting or enlightening. One of the things I really appreciated that Gin Phillips did in the story, though, was the way that she wrote the time in the novel. She did it from a third person present tense perspective. So you're getting it in real time, and because it's happening in the matter of a few hours on this one evening at the zoo, it really upped the sense of urgency for me to have this whole novel that feels like it's happening so fast and so intensely, just like right there under my nose. It was fantastic, and it really got me stressed out, really got me, on the edge of my seat the whole time, simply because of the way that she wrote the novel. For me, one of the very best parts of this novel was the fact that it kind of forces you to face some moral questions that are a little bit tough to answer. The mother in this story will do anything it takes to keep her son alive and safe and healthy, sometimes in a way that seems a little bit morally gray or even a little bit morally wrong. But it's hard to question her actions when you see that her motivation is literally just keeping her son safe. So it kind of puts you in this position where you're saying, is it more important for a mother to keep her own child safe, or is it more important for this mother to do things that are for the benefit of more people? It's hard to answer that question, especially when you read the novel, because you kind of can understand both perspectives. So I thought that was interesting. It raised some questions for me that kind of forced me to say, I'm not really sure what I would do in this situation. So if you're kind of looking for something that's going to raise those moral questions for you, you might like this book. Overall, I thought Fierce Kingdom was one of the best thrillers I've read this year. I've been reading quite a few thrillers this year, so I think I've read enough that I can tell you that this may not be the best one I've read in 2017, but it was one of the best. I would recommend it to anybody who's interested in a thriller, especially one that is going to raise moral questions, that is going to make you think, and one that's actually extremely stressful to read, because this book had all of those things. Despite some of the issues that I had with it, none of the issues were enough for me to say that I didn't like the book. They were just things that I think the author could have worked on as she was writing it. Thanks so much for watching my review of Fierce Kingdom by Jin Phillips. I hope that you enjoyed the glorious view of the ocean that you're getting right now in the background. Please like and comment, let me know if you've read the book and what you thought of it, or if you can think of some thrillers that are in that same vein that you think I should read. And please subscribe so you can see more videos like this. Have a great day. Bye.